Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the campus of Covenant Christian Academy in Peabody, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls volleyball matchup as part of the quarterfinal round of the NEPSAC Class D tournament. Today's contest pits the 5th-seeded Cougars of Covenant Christian Academy against the 4th-seeded Newman School Cardinals. Now, I know some people realizing that we are here at Covenant Christian might say, wait a minute, why is Newman the higher seed if we're playing at Covenant Christian? And that's just a simple question of logistics. Newman was having a little trouble getting the the site that they would need to be able to host a match with all the requirements for a full NEPSAC tournament game. But Covenant Christian offered to make things a little easier and just host it here at their on-campus gym, and Newman accepted the offer, and so here we are. But while it may not be at the site Newman would have hoped it's at, it is certainly the place they want to be, as the Cardinals, in just their 3rd year since reviving the girls volleyball program, have reached a spot in the NEPSAC tournament for the first time in school history, at least from what I've been told. So an historic season for the Newman Cardinals girls volleyball program. A spectacular turnaround for a team that went winless just 1 year ago. And a huge credit to first-year head coach Samantha Schultz and the job that she's done molding this group of young student athletes into a competitive program. The Cardinals went 11-4 in the regular season, securing a bye through the first round of the Independent Girls Conference Tournament. Soundly defeated the landmark School Vikings in straight sets in the semifinals before ultimately losing to Montrose School in the conference championship game 3-1. Covenant Christian, they had their ups and their downs this season, ultimately finished at 500 with an 8-8 record in the regular season, and they fell in the IGC quarterfinals to the Cambridge School of Weston. So Newman has had a little bit more success so far this year, but you can never count out any opponent, especially in volleyball. One of the things, I've talked about it before, one of the beautiful things about the way this game is designed is that at the end of each set, everything starts over at 0. It's not like say in a basketball game, if you take a 30-point lead at the end of the first quarter, the game's essentially over. If you blow your opponent out in the first set, it doesn't matter in the second set. It doesn't matter whether you won by 2 points or 20 points in the first set. Once you reset, you have to get right back to work. And I think that's an apt metaphor for the mindset you got to have here. It doesn't matter who's got the advantage on paper. It doesn't matter who's got the home court advantage. It's a fresh start with a trip to the NEPSAC Class D semifinals on the line. So thank you all once again for tuning in. As I said, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Reminder, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. The fall season is winding down, but You know, winter season's just around the corner, so be sure to stay tuned for whatever games I end up being booked for in the winter. Subscribing to the channel can help. And if there's anything you would like to say throughout this game, I encourage you to speak up in the live chat. It could be as simple as go Newman or go CCA, you know, go Cardinals or go Cougars. It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. We appreciate fans bringing the good vibes and showing their support for their favorite teams and players in the live chat. And speaking of favorite players, if there is a particular player you want to shout out in the live chat, maybe you're tuning into this stream to watch a family member or a friend play, then I encourage you to speak up in the live chat. Or maybe you want to let us know where it is you're tuning in from. You know, with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world, it can be kind of fun to hear about the various places that people tune in from. Some people tune in from out of state. Some people even tune in from out of country in some of the streams I've done in the past. And so that's always fun to hear about. So if you feel like it, feel free to say something. On a more important note for use of the live chat, if you notice any technical difficulties with the stream, like if the audio suddenly cuts out or the video suddenly stops or something of that nature, then I encourage you to speak up and say something in the live chat. You never know. It might be something that I don't notice on my end, and it might be something that's a quick fix. So if you notice something, say something. Then if you notice me absolutely butchering the pronunciation of someone's name on either team, Newman or Covenant Christian, then I encourage you to correct me in the live chat. You know, I want to give these young ladies the best coverage I possibly can, and to me, part of that means getting their names right. And on that last note, let's take a look at the rosters for the two teams coming into today's contest. And let's start with the team we can see warming up here with the Covenant Christian Academy Cougars. Going in order of jersey number for CCA, first off we have a junior, number 1, Riley Baird. Next, another junior, number 3, Magdalene Miller. A sophomore, number 4, Mally Adair. A junior, number 5, Madeline Trumbull. A junior, number 7, Shirley Whitmore. A junior, number 8, Julia Ray. A freshman, number 11, Liana Rothier. A junior, number 12, Ella Tuning. A junior, number 13, Fernanda Silva Fernandez. A senior, number 15, Camille Fisher. A senior, number 18, Fiona Mole. And a junior, number 20, Libby Beville. Head coach of the Covenant Christian Academy girls volleyball team is Jason Lorenz, with assistant coaches Abby Herwing and Jennifer O'Riordan. So that is the roster for Covenant Christian. And now as Covenant Christian finishes their warm-ups, and Newman takes to the court to take their turn on warm-ups, let's look at the roster for the 4th-seeded Newman School Cardinals. Once again, going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a freshman, number 1, Charlotte Irwin. Next, another freshman, number 2, Callahan Brown. A freshman, number 3, Fede Lopez. A freshman, number 4, Ruby Romer. A junior, number 5, Beatrice Poggy Rupnick. A freshman, number 7, Addie Gordon. A senior, number 9, Abby Mustafi. A senior, number 12, Annabelle Pointer. A junior, number 15, Maddie Parker. And a junior, number 16, Alice Francis-Chet. Head coach of the Newman School girls volleyball team is Samantha Schultz, with assistant coach Colin Richardson. So that is the roster for Newman. Like I said before, if you hear me getting any names wrong, either for Newman or for Covenant Christian, then I encourage you to say something in the live chat. We're a little over 9 minutes away from getting this match underway, according to the scoreboard clock here, which means we'll be starting an eensy bit late. We were originally scheduled for a 3:30 start time. Looks like we're going to be starting closer to 3:40 or 3:45. But, you know, that happens, honestly. Not the far from the worst delay I've ever seen at a game. You know, one interesting thing to note about both teams is how relatively young they are. Both teams with just 2 seniors on the roster. For Newman, that's Abby Mustafi and Annabelle Pointer. For Covenant Christian, it's Camille Fisher and Fiona Mole. And really for Newman, a high number of freshmen playing critical roles for the team. As they got 5 freshmen in Charlotte Irwin, Callahan Brown, Fede Lopez, Ruby Romer, and Addie Gordon. Ruby Romer, of course, the team's starting setter, which is probably the most important position on the volleyball court, the setter position. And then, of course, Fede Lopez has been a key hitter for the team, alongside Annabelle Pointer and Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik. And then Callahan Brown has provided a presence out of the middle as a middle hitter. And Charlotte Irwin, while mostly playing a defensive position, has still been a critical part of the team and a key starter. And Addie Gordon, a nice depth piece off the bench. So a lot of youth power coming from this Newman squad, as Covenant Christian comes back out for a last round of warm-ups. They are, well, I talked about the youth on both sides with just 2 seniors on both teams. Covenant Christian does have the advantage in age. Just 1 freshman on the roster for CCA, that being Liana Rothier, as compared with the 5 for Newman. And just to put that number into perspective for Newman, they've only got 10 players on their roster. Literally half of their roster is made up of freshmen from the class of 2027. So even after an historic season like this for Newman, you feel like, you kind of get the sense this is just the beginning. Four and a half minutes on the pregame clock. Before we get this match underway. As is the standard, this will be a best-of-5 match. First to 3 sets wins. Each set will be first to 25 points, but you must win by at least 2. But if through the first 4 sets we find the 2 teams tied at 2 sets apiece, then the 5th set to decide it all will actually be first to 15 win by 2 rather than first to 25. Like I said, just kind of the standard. That's just always something I like to tell viewers, just in case there's someone tuning in who, hasn't watched high school volleyball before, isn't as familiar with some of the rules. I like to try and provide an experience that both experienced volleyball watchers and first-time volleyball watchers can enjoy. All right. Pre-game clock about to count down to 0. And we will soon get the start of this ball game. All right, the two teams lining up for the pregame handshake. And here we go. Newman coming out with a starting rotation of Pointer, Rupnik, Irwin, Romer, Lopez, and Mustafi. For CCA, I see number 3, Miller, who just subbed out for the Libero. Number 20, Libby Beville. Number 13, Fernanda Silva Fernandez. I think I see number 7, Shirley Whitmore. And I'm just going to pick up the numbers as best I can. I see number 8, Julia Ray. Number 11, Liana Rothier. And I see number 1, Riley Baird. CCA to get the opening serve. It's going to come from number 13, Fernanda Silva Fernandez. First round of the NEPSAC Class D tournament. Here we go. First serve is wide, and Newman gets the first point of the match. Early subs on both sides for CCA. Number 4, Mally Adair checks in, replacing Silva Fernandez. For Newman, number 2, Callahan Brown replaces Charlotte Irwin. Annabelle Pointer on serve for the Cardinals. Serve is received, bumped up by Baird and bumped over by Ray. Taken by Pointer a little close to the net, but it is kept alive. Spiked over by Rupnik. Received well. Set. The spike is good from number 8, Julia Ray. First kill of the day is made by the Cougars. Junior Julia Ray off the assist from fellow junior Riley Baird. Serve received by Lopez, bumped up by Romer, and miscommunication amongst the Cardinals causes that ball to drop to the hardwood without a third hit. Back on serve, number 11, Liana Rothier. The serve received by Pointer, bumped up by Romer, bumped over by Rupnik. Received by Rothier, set by Baird. Sent over, and it's a kill from number 3, Magdalene Miller. Two kills in the last 3 points for the Cougars. One from Julia Ray, one from Magdalene Miller. Rothier the serve, received by Pointer, bumped over on 2 by Romer, spiked right back. Chased down by Pointer, and Lopez bumped over by Rupnik, received by Baird, sent over on 2 for a kill by Miller. Magdalene Miller finding some rhythm here. Her second kill of the day. Rothier's serve, received by Pointer, set by Romer, and incomplete on the attempted awkward backhand spike there by Rupnik. That set just didn't quite go to the spot she wanted it. Romer kind of sent it straight up in the air and then needed to get out of the way a little faster. Rothier's serve is good for the game's first ace. Dropped in shallow and went off the side of the arms of Brown, and a timeout is called by Newman as CCA has gotten out to a hot 6-1 start. So Newman coming out a little sloppy. They've had a few critical mistakes when trying to string their hits together. On the other side, Covenant Christian executing on their swings well. 3 kills and 1 ace across the entire team to start. So we'll see how the team adjusts, tries to settle in after a shaky start. Rothier, the serve could not be dug out. It's another ace for Liana Rothier. That one again dropped in more shallow than Newman was expecting, and it couldn't quite be dug out. Oh, it was an illegal receive formation on Newman as they blew the whistle before the serve even went over. And now it is 8-1. Serve received by Pointer, bumped up by Romer and bumped over by Rupnik. Received, set by Baird, punched over by Ray, taken by Brown, bumped by Lopez, bumped over by Brown. Received and set by Baird. Spike by Ray. Drops on the line. A beautiful cross-court shot from Julia Ray for her second kill of the day. Rothier's serve dug out by Mustafi, set by Romer, punched over by Brown, received by Rothier, set by Baird. Spike from Miller is dug out by Romer, chased down by Pointer, desperately trying to get it over. Lopez gets it over, received by Ray, set by Baird. Ray, the spike, she whiffed. Fantastic defensive hustle by Newman. They refused to give up on the point. Romer, Pointer, and Lopez combining to get that one over and stay in the point long enough for their opponent to make a mistake. But they trail 9-2 here in the first set. Serve Rupnik, received, set by Baird. Long spike, cannot get over. That spike from number 4, Mali Adair, needed a little more air under it. Serve Rupnik goes for an ace. First ace of the day for Newman. Their first full-on offensive point as we take a look at the replay. The serve received and sent over on one by Adair, received by Mustafi, set by Romer. Mustafi sends it over, received, set by Baird. Spike Ray sails long. Newman taking advantage of some mistakes from the Cougars. But that serve is going to sail long. So the Cougars take the serve back. 10-5 the score. The serve received by Pointer, sent back down for another kill from Magdalene Miller. And this serve comes in low and underneath. Newman goes back on serve, but they still trail by 5. Abby Mustafa on serve. This serve received by Adair, bumped up by Brown, set by Romer, spike Lopez. Well placed by Fede Lopez. First kill of the day for the Cardinals. That was just a clean 3-hit sequence and perfectly dropped right in the middle of no man's land. Serve received by Ray, set and sent over by Miller, received by Pointer, bumped up by Romer. Lopez, the spike, Fede Lopez finding her fire here. Back-to-back kills for the Newman freshman. And you see this time, instead of going shallow to the middle, she went deep with this one and dropped it inside the back line. Serve received awkwardly by Ray, but bumped up by Lothier. Couldn't get it over on the third hit from Baird, and so that's another point for Newman. Not quite an ace, but a good streak of 3 straight points, and now CCA calls timeout. Unofficial stats so far for the two teams, and that just means it's kind of my own personal count. For Newman, 2 kills from Fede Lopez, 1 ace from Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik. For Covenant Christian, 3 kills from Magdalene Miller, 2 kills from Julia Ray, and 2 aces from Liana Rothier. And I make sure to emphasize the unofficial count because a lot of the stats in volleyball are kind of like judgment calls. Like an ace isn't just you win a point on the serve. Typically, the rule of thumb is if the other team gets 1 touch or less off of your serve and you score the point, then it's considered an ace. And it's much the same with kills, just with a hit instead of a serve. But it's, you know, it's an inexact science. There is some gray area that leaves room for a stat keeper's judgment call. So my stats might be a little off from what the actual official ones are. But, you know, I do my best. Out of the timeout, Mustafa back on serve. This one sails long. On serve now for the Cougars is, I believe, Julia Ray, as Fernanda Silva Fernandez checks back in, replacing Mally Adair. Serve from Ray is going to sail long. And so it goes right back to Newman. You know, it's such an underrated key to the game in volleyball, just getting your serves in. Just giving yourself a chance to win those service points. Number 15, Maddie Parker checks in for the Cardinals, and she'll go on serve. Her serve chased down for the second hit by Baird, sent over by Miller, dug out by a diving Mustafa, sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Lopez, set by Romer. Pointer, the spike. And it's followed up by a chasing Rothier, sent over by Ray, taken by Mustafi, set by Romer. Lopez, the spike, dug out by Lothier, set by Baird, and whiffing on the spike was Silva Fernandez. And Newman comes away and makes it a 1-point set. Our first really big rally of the set, and boy, doesn't that get your blood pumping. Served by Parker, received by Ray. Sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Parker, set by Romer. Tapped over by Pointer, received, sent over on 2 by Miller, and Miller with another kill. Savvy on-2 swing from Magdalene Miller. After the ball was initially received, I believe, by number 7, Shirley Whitmore. With a 2-point advantage, the libero, number 20, Libby Beville, on serve for the Cougars. Serve is received by Irwin, set by Romer, punched over by Lopez. Fede Lopez with her 3rd kill. And a little bit of just indecision by the Cougars on the back line ends up costing them there. Serve from Romer, curves wide. So the scoreboard has it as 13-13, which is weird to me because I have it as 14-12, so maybe I missed something somewhere. Serve sent over, received by Irwin, set by Romer on 2. Received by Silva Fernandez, taken by Pointer, bumped up by Romer, sent over by Pointer. Annabelle Pointer gets the kill. So Annabelle Pointer with her first kill of the day. And as I correct the score that I had, it's 14-13 Newman leads. And Lopez serve off the net cord for an ace. Fede Lopez making points happen for Newman. This serve received, chased down by Rothier, but could not be bumped over. See, like, that's a play that's in sort of that gray area of is it an ace or isn't. I would say it isn't at that point because they did get 3 hits on it, but there might be a stat keeper who might argue that it was. Lopez serve, received by Beville, bumped by Ray, but nobody there for the 3rd hit. There's a deep serve that couldn't be received perfectly by Beville, but then Ray's 2nd hit just flew to a spot where nobody was. This serve taken by Beville, set by Baird, punched over by Ray, drops on the line. That is one of the most casual-looking roll shot kills I have ever seen as Ray picks up her 3rd kill. She just walked up to where the ball was coming down, just casually sent it over and dropped it on the back line. Serve from Silva Fernandez, taken by Mustafi, set by Romer. Tap over by Pointer. Annabelle Pointer. As we check out the instant replay, just a very well-placed tap from Pointer. Good decision as the set was a little out in front of her, not in a good spot for a spike, but she made the most of it. And she makes the most of that serve for an ace. Back-to-back points coming from Annabelle Pointer. And another one! Newman is finding the rhythm behind the hits from Annabelle Pointer. Back-to-back aces. Three straight! How about the serving of Annabelle Pointer? And this one sent over on one by Ray, received by Romer, bumped up by Pointer. Awkward send over, sent right back on one and could not be dug out as Rothier gets her first kill. Just sending it right back in their face after they couldn't send the ball over the way they wanted to. But still, Newman has built themselves an impressive lead after at one point trailing by 7. They now lead by 6. This serve received by Pointer, set by Romer. Rupnik, roll shot wide. It was a nice idea going cross court, but just a little too high of an arc on that one. Brief bit of confusion over who's supposed to be in what spot in the rotation. So this briefly brings the game to a bit of a screeching halt here as they go over the rotation roster that Coach Schultz gave to the officials, trying to figure out who's got to be in which spot. I mean, that's the thing, you know, with volleyball, everybody rotates sort of around in a circle over the course of the set, which is what results in some of the substitutions here and there, but you know, usually those just go by based on the rotation that the coach sets in, almost like a lineup card, almost like a batting order in baseball, sort of. You know, it's why sometimes you'll see players sub out. It'll be like, oh, this person who's good on the front line has been rotated to the back line, or vice versa, and, you know, we don't want to put them in a spot that would attack their weakness, so they might sub them out for someone who's a better fit in that spot. But you're only allowed a certain number of substitutions, with the exception of the libero, who wears a different jersey. Now, Newman doesn't have a libero on their roster. They've just got a very small roster, so they don't necessarily need to worry about having that extra flexibility on substitutions. But that's part of the purpose that a libero like Covenant Christian's Libby Beville serves, is just being able to give the team some extra substitution flexibility that they're able to do. Boy, this is taking a little while. Okay, I think they've got it. After all of that, the big move is that Callahan Brown moves to the left outside spot, and Ruby Romer moves to the middle. At least at the start of the play, because obviously once things go, players can run all around wherever they want. Rothier back on serve. And it is not dug out. Another ace for Liana Rothier. That is her third. 21-17. Covenant Christian needs 4 points to tie it up. Newman needs 4 to take the set. Serve could not be dug out by Mustafi. Back-to-back aces for Liana Rothier. He's trying to bring her team back in, and Newman calls a timeout. And again, you see the incredible importance of good serving. I mean, the sport is inherently designed that you have to win points on serve, because if you lose a point on serve, the maximum number of points you can get consecutively when receiving is 1, because once you get a point while receiving, you go on serve. And so you have to be able to win when you're serving. And part of what can make that tough, aside from just needing to have the technique to get the serve in, is unless you're able to bring a really powerful or really well-placed serve, or maybe one with some unique spin or something, unless you're bringing those kinds of serves, then you're allowing your opponent to string together the first 3-hit sequence of the point, which means the opponent is likely to get the first powerful spike of that rally, which is why it can be harder to win on serve, but you've got to be able to do it in order to win in volleyball. Serve, Rothier taken by Mustafi, set by Romer, but it's a little too close to the net and they can't get it over. Romer was trying to correct from the receive that didn't travel that close to the net, but overcorrected and sent it too close. Serve received by Mustafi, bumped up by Romer and bumped over by Brown. Received, set by Baird. Miller, the spike, could not be dug out. Another kill for Magdalene Miller, her 5th of this set. And just like that, CCA within 1. Serve received by Mustafi, bumped by Pointer, bumped over by Brown. Received by Rothier, sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Mustafi, set by Romer, roll shot by Rupnik, received, set by Baird, spike Ray, taken by Pointer, bumped up by Romer, pushed over by Mustafi, dug out by Ray, pushed over on 2 by Baird, and Baird gets the on-2 kill, and CCA ties it up. A 6-0 run for the Cougars has tied this one up at 21. This serve flies out. But a strong sequence of serves from Liana Rothier, who now leads all players on both teams with 4 aces. Rupnik on serve. Serve received awkwardly by Adair, followed up just barely, and Ray desperately bumps it over. Chased down by Lopez, bumped up by Romer, bumped over by Mustafi. Received by Whitmore, sit by Baird, spike Ray, somehow received by Rupnik, but they couldn't follow it up. An erroneous second hit. It's not quite a kill for Ray, but it is a point for the Cougars as they tie it back up at 22. Serve from Adair, flies long. Serve Mustafi, received by Adair. Bumped up by Baird. And Whitmore couldn't quite send it over. Came so close to a miraculous third hit there. Oops, I put it the wrong way. Here we go. It is set point for Newman off of 2 big scores there, 24-22. Mustafi serving for the set. Serve received by Rothier, set by Baird, too close to the net, and Whitmore ran into the net in her pursuit of the ball. And that is going to be the final point of the set as Newman takes it 25-22. But boy, if that isn't a good primer for what should be a fantastic match between these two teams. Back and forth they went. Covenant Christian jumped out to a hot 9-2 start. But then Newman just, found chunks and chunks of points to get back here and there, and eventually went on a hot streak behind some strong serving from Annabelle Pointer, and found themselves up 21-15. But then CCA stormed right back with 6 unanswered points to tie it up at 21. They went back and forth a little bit, but then Newman got the last 3 points of the set, all off of Covenant Christian errors, as that really was the story of that set, was that Covenant Christian had some of the stronger hits, but they also had more mistakes that gave points to Newman. Unofficial stats through the first set for Covenant, 1 kill and 4 aces, Julia Ray with 3 kills, and Riley Baird with 1 kill. For Newman, Annabelle Pointer, 2 kills, 3 aces, Fede Lopez, 3 kills, 1 ace, Beatrice Poggi Rupnik with 1 ace. So like I said before, this is a best of 5 sets match, meaning the first to win 3 sets wins and advances to the NEPSAC semifinals. Right now, Newman leads 1-0. As I believe it will be Newman serving first here in the second set, as Covenant Christian served first in the first set. And it will be Fede Lopez giving us the first serve of the second set. And first serve into the net. Kind of a mirror of how things started in the first set, as a service error gives Covenant Christian the first point. Liana Rothier, who had a strong 4 aces in the first set, on serve. And she sends one into the net. So the two teams trade service errors back and forth. And now a sub for Newman, Callahan Brown replacing Charlotte Irwin. Annabelle Pointer going on serve. And this serve received by Ray, bumped over on 2 by Baird, received by Pointer, set by Romer Rupnik, the spike. Beatrice Poggy Rupnik with her first kill of the day. Just well placed with some good topspin on it to drop it right in the middle of no man's land there. Pointer's serve received by Whitmore, set by Baird. Ray sends it over. Oh, they're saying she touched the net, and so Newman gets the point on the violation. Three to 1. Pointer's serve received by Ray. Bumped up by Baird and bumped over by Ray. Sent back on 1 by Romer. Sent back the other way on 1. Received by Romer. Set by Mustafi. Spike by Rupnik. Received by Rothier. Bumped by Baird over on 2. And Baird gets the kill on 2. Her second of the match so far. Baird with the serve into the net. Rupnik now on serve for the Cardinals. Serve received by Rothier. Sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Mustafi, bumped up by Romer, tap over by Mustafi, diving dig sends it over on 1, received by Brown, set by Romer, spike by Rupnik, sent back on 1, sent back the other way by Rupnik! Rupnik gets the rare bump kill as it was just being sent back and forth on 1. But technically nobody touched it on the hit, so I give the second kill of the day to Beatrice Poggy Rupnik. Serve received by Rothier, set by Baird, bumped over desperately, received by Mustafi, bumped up by Romer, bumped over by Mustafi, received by Adair, set by Baird, spike by Miller, received by Rupnik, sent over on 2 by Romer, received by Ray, sent over on 2. Mustafi could not get enough of it. as that was a kill. I think it was Baird. Had a little trouble seeing it that time. But for now, I'll give it to Baird. If anyone saw it differently, let me know in the live chat. Ray, the serves, taken by Pointer, bumped up by Romer, Spike Mustafi, and Abby Mustafi, the senior, with her first kill. As went deeper with that one, but also had just a bit of topspin to it to ensure it would stay in. Now the serve from Mustafi, taken by Rothier, set by Baird, and Silva Fernandez couldn't get that one over. 7-3, the early Newman lead. Mustafi's serve, taken by Rothier, sent over on 2 by Miller, received, set by Romer. Lopez couldn't get it over, had no angle there. You know, again, you see just how important sequencing those hits together can be and how crucial the setter is in that sense. Now, Ruby Romer, when you see her make a mistake, remember, she's just a freshman. She's going to get a lot more experience at that position. This serve received by Rupnik and somehow sent over by Newman. The point is live. Sent over on 2 by Romer, sent right back on 1, taken by Pointer, set by Romer. Spike Lopez whiffed. I mean, yes, a little disappointing to miss a spike, but I mean, frankly, Newman had about no right being in that point at all. Serve Beville off the net cord for an ace. Libby Beville with her first ace of the day, and it's a 1-point set here in the second set. The serve received by Pointer. Set by Romer, sent over by Brown, deflected, sent back on 1 by Baird, received by Pointer, set by Romer. Now Lopez, the spike, sails long. We are all tied up at 7. 4 unanswered points for the Cougars. Beville's serve, taken by Rupnik, set by Romer. Brown sends it over, taken by Beville, set by Baird, spike into the net. Newman takes back the lead on the hitting error there. Subbing in for the Cardinals, number 15, Maddie Parker, back into the game, replacing Callahan Brown. Parker's serve, received by Beville, bumped up by Whitmore, bumped over by Baird, and Baird. Boy, what perfect spin on that one from Riley Baird. She's got a rare knack for those second hit bumps that she actually sends over. I mean, typically when you see a setter send it over on 2, it's some kind of tap from close to the net, or maybe even a spike, but she's got a rare technique with those bumps. This serve received by Addie Gordon, followed up by Rupnik, bumped over by Lopez, received, set by Baird, spike Rothier, dug out by Rupnik, followed up by Lopez, bumped over by Pointer. Received again, set by Baird, and pushed over by Silva Fernandez, sent over on 2 by Romer, sent back on 1 by Baird, and Baird, another bump kill. She's got 5 kills by my count. The setter is tied for the team lead in kills for Covenant Christian as they take the 1-point lead. This serve, just long. Tie it back up at 9 as Shirley Whitmore checks back into the game for Covenant Christian, replacing Fiona Mole. Served by Romer, received by Ray, set by Baird, and it's blocked by Annabelle Pointer. First block of the day as we check out the replay. The attempted spike from Rothier from the middle, and Pointer timed her jump well and just sent it right back. Romer's serve way high and does not drop in. That ties things back up at 10. Now Silva Fernandez on serve, sends it wide. Now Fede Lopez on serve. Charlotte Irwin checks back into the game, replacing Addie Gordon. Serve into the net. Seen a couple of times in this second set where the teams have just traded service errors back and forth. You know, whichever team can find their serving consistency first has a very good chance of taking this second set. Rothier's serve is long. Three straight service errors back to back to back as Brown checks back in, replacing Irwin. Pointer, the serve, drops in. Another ace for Annabelle Pointer. That is her fourth ace of the day so far. This serve is received, and Ray keeps it alive. It's bumped over by Whitmore, received by Romer, bumped up by Pointer, and bumped over by Mustafa. Received by Adair, and Baird couldn't send it over. And a timeout is called by CCA. Sorry about that. 14-11, Newman leads here in the second set. And again, like I said, once a team finds its serving consistency, it gives them a huge advantage. And Annabelle Pointer has been up there as one of the most consistent servers on either side so far today. Tied with Covenant Christian's Liana Rothier with a match-high 4 aces so far. And Pointer also has 2 kills and a block to go along with it. Out of the timeout, Pointer back on serve. This serve received by Whitmore, set by Baird. Ray reaches and gets it over just barely. She almost flew into the net, almost didn't reach the ball, but just barely gets her fingertips on it to send it down for her 4th kill. Baird the serve, and it's off the ceiling. Not quite an ace, but a very powerful serve from Riley Baird, as Lopez's initial return went off one of the cross beams in the ceiling. And Baird's serve drops in. That one a definitive ace. No question about that one. as we're all tied up at 14. This serve taken by Mustafi, set by Romer. Spike Mustafi, dug out on one, but wide. A kill for Abby Mustafi. Mustafi just sent the roll shot down the line, and the diving dig could not get it back in play. Newman back up by 1. Serve Rupnik, sent back on 1. Taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Roll shot Mustafi, received by Baird. Bumped over on 2 by Rothier, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Rupnik the spike, received by Baird, sent over on 2, and it drops on the line off the hit from Magdalene Miller. Tied up again at 15 apiece, as Silva Fernandez checks back into the game, replacing Mali Adair. Ray the serve, it hits the pole, and that is going to give the point to Newman. Once again, the two teams trading points back and forth. Mustafi now on serve. Received by Rothier, set by Baird. Silva Fernandez sends it over, barely dug out, set by Romer. Spike Brown, received by Baird, sent over on 2, deflected and taken by Pointer, and Romer couldn't get it over. Tied up again at 16. That hit right back in their face from, I believe, Miller, kind of threw them off their game, as now Libby Beville on serve. Serve received by Mustafi, bumped up by Pointer. Long spike Lopez, received by Ray, set by Baird. Silva Fernandez bumps it over, received awkwardly by Pointer, followed up by Romer, punched over by Rupnik, received by Ray. Sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Lopez, set by Romer, bumped over by Rupnik, taken by Beville, set by Baird. Tap over by Whitmore, taken by Lopez, sent over on 2 by Romer, sent back on 1, received by Brown, followed up by Romer, and spike into the net by Lopez, and CCA takes the lead. Beville's serve is shallow, but it is dug out by Lopez, followed up by Romer. And Mustafi couldn't get the long spike over. A little too much topspin that time. CCA now up by 2. Biggest lead we've seen in a little bit. This serve received by Brown, and that's going to be an ace for Libby Beville. That is Beville's second ace of the day, as a timeout is called by Newman, as the Cougars starting to find a rhythm. The scoreboard here has it as 18-16. I thought it was 19-16. So I must have lost track again. This is the second set in a row where I've lost track of a single point. And so we got a question in the live chat from Lindsay. What's the score? Well, we've got a scoreboard graphic in the bottom left. If anyone's having trouble seeing it, let me know. But as you can see on the scoreboard, Newman leading Covenant Christian 1-0. But in this current set, Covenant Christian leading 18-16. Okay, now it's 19-16. I wasn't crazy. So it's 19-16, the Cougars lead. Beville's serve into the net. So Newman catches a break out of the timeout. Can they capitalize on the serve from Maddie Parker, who checks in replacing Callahan Brown? Parker's serve, sent over on one, sent back on one by Pointer, sent back on one again, and this time Pointer couldn't send it over, went off the fingertips, and she double hits it. They were just sending that one back and forth, but then one was a little too high for Pointer to send back. Flies off the fingertips. 20-17, the Cougars lead. Fiona Mole checks back in to take the serve. Serve received by Mustafa, set by Romer. Lopez, the spike. Fede Lopez with a well-timed kill. 4 kills on the day for Fede Lopez. Newman back on serve. This is Romer as Whitmore checks back into the game for Covenant Christian, replacing Mole. Serve flies wide, and it goes back to the Cougars. Silva Fernandez sends it over, received by Mustafa, set by Romer. Pointer, the spike off the net court, dug out by Baville, sent over on 2 by Baird, received awkwardly by Romer, off the net, they couldn't get it over. Not quite a kill, but another great on-2 hit from Riley Baird. She's been lethal with those. Silva Fernandez, the serve, received by Lopez, chased down by Romer. And Lopez tried to send over a long spike and couldn't do it. Covenant Christian approaching a set win here as Newman calls timeout. 23-18, the Cougars lead here in the second set. They are just 2 points away and lead Newman by 5. 2 more points and they will tie this up at 1 set apiece. Out of the timeout. Silva Fernandez, the serve goes wide. So once again, coming out of the timeout, Newman gets a break on a service error as Mali Adair checks back in, replacing Silva Fernandez. Fede Lopez. Serve, received by Beville, set by Baird. Ray, the spike, received by Irwin, followed up awkwardly by Mustafa, bumped over by Pointer. And Adair couldn't receive it properly, and it couldn't be followed up by Rothier. Newman catches another break off the missed first hit. Lopez back on serve. serve received awkwardly by Adair off of the crossbeam, but it's bumped over by Baird, and Baird gets another bump kill as the miscommunication on Newman's side made it so nobody could return it, and now Covenant Christian serving for the set. Rothier on serve. And her serve drops in for an ace. Liana Rothier with her team-leading 5th ace to end the set as Covenant Christian takes set number 2, 25-20. It really is just a question of who makes the mistakes down the stretch. In the first set, it was Covenant Christian that committed 3 straight errors to lose the set. But then in this set, it was Newman who had a chance to start coming back into it, but then lost track of that long bump hit from Baird. You know, missed on some hitting sequences before that and just could not catch up. 1 set apiece here. So a very critical 3rd set coming up. Someone is going to win their 2nd set after this upcoming 3rd set, and that will put that team just 1 set away from victory. Unofficial stats so far. For Covenant Christian, I have Riley Baird with 6 kills and 1 ace. Magdalene Miller with 6 kills. Liana Rothier with 1 kill, 5 aces. Julia Ray with 4 kills. And Lippy Baville with 2 aces. For Newman, Annabelle Pointer with 2 kills, 4 aces, and 1 block. Fede Lopez with 4 kills and 1 ace. Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik with 2 kills and 1 ace. And Abby Mustafi with 2 kills. You know, if there's adjustments to be made for Newman, might be to try and find a way to get some proper 3-hit sequences together, get some more consistency with their spikes. I mean, minimizing errors has gotten them very far in this match up to this point, as despite trailing Covenant Christian in kills by a wide margin, Covenant Christian with 17 total kills and 8 service aces thus far, while Newman has just 10 kills so far and a comparable 6 service aces and 1 block. But the difference in kills, very big here. And I think a lot of that does go to the experience level of the setter. For Covenant Christian, Riley Baird, a junior setter, and she's shown a great ability to not just set up her teammates, but to also just take the point herself. Ruby Romer's still a freshman, doing an admirable job in the game's toughest position. But, you know, just a question of experience sometimes. But if Newman can find a way to turn up their offensive firepower a bit, they could start to take control. But right now, all even, 1 set apiece, 0 points apiece. Fernanda Silva Fernandez on serve. And the serve sails long. That is going to be the other key for these two teams, is service consistency. Annabelle Pointer, the serve, received by Ray, sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Mustafi, but could not be followed up. Another on-2 kill for Baird. She's got 7. Rothier, the serve, dug out by Mustafi, followed up by Romer, bumped over by Brown, received by Rothier, set by Baird, spike by Miller. Magdalene Miller out of the middle for her 7th kill. And that serve into the net. Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik now on serve for the Cardinals. This serve off the net cord for an ace. Second ace of the day for Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik. As Newman takes the 3-2 lead. Serve received by Whitmore, set by Baird. Miller, the spike, missed it wide. Rupnik serve, could not be dug out. That's an ace. Make it 3 aces for Rupnik, as that one just flew the wrong way off the receiver's hands. This serve received awkwardly by Adair, bumped over on 2 by Baird, received by Rupnik, set by Romer, spike Mustafi, sent back on 1 by Ray, received by Brown, set by Romer, running spike, Rupnik is blocked, but Rupnik recovers, sends it over on 1, taken by Baird, bumped over on 2 by Rothier, taken by Pointer, set by Romer, tapped high by Mustafi, taken by Baird, and could not be, yes it is followed up, it's still in play, but it goes wide. A chaotic point, and Covenant Christian almost stole it from them by miraculously getting that ball over on 3 hits, but they sent it over wide. Serve. Another ace for Rupnik. Strong serves winning the day for the Cardinals so far, as Rupnik now matches Pointer with her 4th ace of the match. A 7-2 lead for Newman. And I mean, we've seen that strong serving has been a critical component of Newman's game this season. You know, a lot of the matches that I've covered for this team, and by that I mean both of the 2 previous matches I covered for this team, I would see a lot of their top hitters with almost equal parts kills and aces, sometimes more aces than kills. And today, aces have really been carrying things for Newman. 9 aces to 10 kills. 10 kills, 9 aces. A very even split for Newman. Out of the timeout, Rupnik back on serve. Serve received by Whitmore, followed up by Baird, and it's over on 2. Received by Romer, bumped up by Pointer. High hit by Mustafi, taken by Rothier, set by Baird. Spike by Ray, dug out by Rupnik, set by Romer. Spike Mustafi is taken by Rothier, and it's over on 1, but into the net, and it could not be received properly. Rothier with the bump kill this time. Might be a bit generous to call it a kill, but that calls it as I sees it. 7-3. Serve. Dug out by Pointer, set by Romer, and it has to be bumped over by Mustafi. Received by Rothier, set by Baird. Spike Ray, well placed for the kill. This serve could not be dug out. That's an ace for Baird, her second of the match. CCA continuing to close the gap. They're on a 3-0 run. Serve drops in. Back-to-back aces for Riley Baird, and a timeout called by Newman. Again, the team with the stronger serves catches the momentum. And at this level, you know, you're only going to have so many kids that can send over strong, consistent serves. So those players really have to step up once it's their turn in the order. I mean, the two teams very close in service aces. 10 for Covenant Christian, 9 for Newman. A much bigger separation in kills. 10 kills so far for Newman, while Covenant Christian, 21 kills. Baird the serve, taken by Pointer. Bumped up by Mustafi. Long spike. Pointer received, sent on 1. Could not get over on 1. The receive kind of forced Baird's hand there. She tried to just push it over on 2, but could not. Mustafi the serve, received by Rothier, set by Baird, and the spike cross court by Ray is kept in play by Rupnik, bumped over by Pointer, received by Baird, followed up on 2 by Miller, taken by Pointer, set by Romer. Lopez, the spike, is not dug out. Another kill from Fede Lopez. She's been the most powerful spiker for Newman so far today. She's now got 5 kills, as Adair couldn't quite dig that one out. Mustafi's serve a little long that time. And CCA goes back on serve, trailing by 2. It'll be Julia Ray on serve. Received by Pointer. Bumped over on 2 by Lopez. Received awkwardly by Ray and sent over on 1. Received by Lopez. Bumped up by Romer. And a roll shot from Mustafi. Sliding. Dig sends it over on 1. Received by Brown. Set by Romer. Lopez taps it over. Dug out by Baird. Received by Lopez. Sent on 2 by Romer. But the spike goes wide from Miller. A zany rally that time. But Newman comes away with their 10th point. And now subbing back in for Newman is Maddie Parker. This serve received not well. An ace for Maddie Parker. Now, and just, sometimes the ball just has more sideways spin than you think it does, and it flies off the side of your hands. This serve received by Rothier, but they could not follow it up. The second hit goes too far wide, and Newman now up by 5. Parker's serve dug out by Rothier, sent down on one by Annabelle Pointer. A punishing hit off of a strong serve from Parker as Annabelle Pointer sent it right back down for her 3rd kill of the match. Parker's serve taken by Ray, over the net, taken by Lopez, spike by Pointer again. Annabelle Pointer with a savvy hit on 2 as that went off the net court, bumped up by Lopez. You can't really see through the official, but that is Pointer sending a spike to the back corner there for her 4th kill. And this serve flies wide, but a nice 5-point streak. 4 of those points coming off the serves from Maddie Parker, as she subs out for Charlotte Irwin. Libby Beville on serve. Off the net cord for an ace. That one looked for sure like it was going to hit the net, but it hits off the net and goes over. Libby Beville with her 3rd ace of the match thus far. This serve is short, and so it goes back to Newman. Up by 6. Ruby Romer on serve for the Cardinals. And she sends hers into the net. And it goes right back to the Cougars. Fiona Mole checks in, replacing Shirley Whitmore, and Mole will go on serve. The CCA Southpaw setting up for the serve. Received by Mustafi, followed up and bumped over by Pointer. Received by Ray, set by Baird. Long spike Ray, received by Irwin, sent over on 1, Charlotte Irwin. CCA's been getting those bump kills all day, and finally Newman gets one. Charlotte Irwin just sent it right back. That bump probably didn't go where she wanted it to, but it ended up going where she could get the point. Serve from Lopez, and chased down by Ray for the second hit, bumped over by Baird, received by Lopez, set by Romer. Rupnik the spike, received by Baird, sent over on 2 by Rothier, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Now Pointer taps it, blocked by Rothier, but she overreached and hit the net. A 7-point lead for the Cardinals. Lopez back on serve. Serve taken by Beville, set by Baird. Rothier the spike, dug out by Romer, followed up by Irwin and bumped over by Pointer. Received by Ray, chased down by Baird, bumped over by Rothier. Taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Mustafi the roll shot. Chased down awkwardly by Baville. Who's going to follow it up? Nobody. I think that's one where I can be a little generous and give Mustafa her third kill of the match, as it was technically just one hit. Serve Lopez, sent over on one by Baville, taken by Irwin, bumped by Rupnik, tapped over by Pointer, dug out by Baird, sent over on one, taken by Mustafa, down on two by Pointer. Annabelle Pointer with her fifth kill, a 19-10 lead for Newman, and CCA calls timeout. You see it was dug out, and Pointer just kept the aggressiveness. As I do believe this is 4 unanswered points for Newman to take a 9-point lead, as they've been just gradually building up that lead more and more as this set has gone on. Stand in a strong position here. Annabelle Pointer having a full day right now. 5 kills, 4 aces, and 1 block for the Newman senior as she fights to keep her high school career alive. Newman now 6 points away from taking this critical third set, which would put them within 1 set of taking the match and advancing to the NEPSAC semifinals. Out of the timeout, Lopez back on serve. Lopez's serve. It goes ricocheting like a pinball off the ceiling, and it cannot be followed up on the third hit. Folks, I don't know if our camera view allowed you to see just how insane that ricochet was, but it really made you want to say tilt. 20-10. The serve off the net cord. Another ace for Fede Lopez. 21-10 as Lopez collects her second ace of the day. This serve dug out on one, sent over on two by Baird, deflected, taken by Rupnik, followed up by Pointer, and Mustafa taps it over. Well placed by Abby Mustafa. Newman hitting on all cylinders right now. Just a well-placed tap high over the blocker from Abby Mustafa for her fourth kill of the day. Serve dug out by Whitmore, set by Baird, sent down by Rothier. Liana Rothier with her third kill of the day as they finally stop Newman's streak at about 7 unanswered points. Silva Fernandez's serve taken by Mustafa, followed up by Lopez. Long spike, Mustafa! Abby Mustafa with her fifth kill, and look at that one. She's mostly been hitting high balls with topspin all day, and that time she decided to just send a straight shot down the line. Pointer's serve taken awkwardly by Baville, but bumped over by Rothier on two. Taken by Lopez, set by Romer, very close to the net. And that one forced Rupnik to run under the net, and can't do that. Point to CCA, 23-12. Rothier on serve. Serve taken by Pointer. Bumped up by Romer. Rupnik, the spike. Could not be dug out. Set point for the Cardinals as Beatrice Poggy Rupnik collects her third kill of the match. A well-placed high ball with topspin down the line. Rupnik serving for the set. Serve received, but not well. An ace to end the set from Beatrice Poggy Rupnik. Five aces on the day, as that one just flew off at the wrong angle off the receive. And with a dominant 25-12 set win, Newman now finds themselves on the doorstep of the win. Newman now leading CCA 2-1. In this fourth set, if Newman comes away victorious, they win the match. If Covenant Christian wins, then we will be tied at 2 sets, and we will go to a do-or-die fifth set. That will be 1st to 15 instead of 1st to 25. The winner of this match will advance to the semifinals against first-seeded Faith Christian Academy, which got a bye through the first round of the tournament as only 7 teams made the tournament. So an intimidating opponent will be awaiting the winner of this match, but for right now, the focus is on the here and now. Two sets to one, Newman leads. Fourth set coming up. All right, the two teams taking back to the court now for the fourth set. Newman really found its fire in that fourth set as their hits really started landing for kills. They had, I believe, 10 kills through the first 2 sets, and now they've got 18. 8 kills combined for the team in that one set. Actually, 9. I missed one. They've now got 19. And, you know, yes, some of that was just some lucky hits, you know, that bump kill by Irwin, but some of them were just really well-placed spikes and really set up. And I give some especially big credit to Annabelle Pointer and Abby Mustafi, who have now tied Fede Lopez for the team lead with 5 kills. Lopez was the team's strongest spiker through those first 2 sets and was a critical part of the offense, but the big point streak for Newman actually came with Lopez on serve, and it was Pointer leading the way on the spikes. Mustafi found some clever different ways to score points, but Pointer was just aggressive as anything out of the middle, sending it back on 1, sending it back on 2, just never stopped swinging. I mean, you talk about 2 players that won it, Annabelle Pointer and Abby Mustafi. This is their last season. There's nothing more on the volleyball court for them after this. They are fighting to keep their high school careers alive. Unofficial stats so far, I have Pointer with 5 kills, 4 aces, and 1 block. Mustafi with 5 kills. Beatrice Poggy Rupnik with 3 kills, 5 aces. Lopez, 5 kills, 2 aces. Charlotte Irwin, 1 kill. Maddie Parker with 1 ace. For Covenant Christian, I have Riley Baird with 8 kills and 3 aces. Magdalene Miller with 7 kills. Liana Rothier, 3 kills, 5 aces. Julia Ray, 4 kills. Libby Baville, 3 aces. Usual starting rotation for Newman. Lopez, Romer, Irwin, Mustafi, Rupnik, and Pointer. And it'll be Lopez on serve to start this fourth set. This serve is an ace. For the first time today, this Irving team gets the first point of the set as Fede Lopez collects her 3rd ace of the day. The serve dug out, bumped over on 2 by Rothier, spiked back by Pointer, received by Adair, set by Baird, punched over by Ray, received by Romer, set by Pointer. Rupnik, roll shot to the back, received by Whitmore, off the ceiling. Baird sends it to the net, and they could not get it over. Not quite a kill, but how about the aggressive hits from Pointer and Rupnik? Pointer even acting as a setter during that last sequence. Again, you talk about a player that wants it right now. Serve could not be dug out. Another ace for Fede Lopez. Strong start for the Cardinals. Four aces now for Lopez, the Newman freshman. The serve received awkwardly by Ray, followed up by Whitmore. Bumped to, oh, not over. Baird tried to bring out her signature low-flying topspin bump over her head that she's been doing all day, and that time a rare mistake. Lopez, the serve, received by Ray, close to the net, could not be followed up. That's one where I think we can be generous and give an ace as a timeout is called by Covenant Christian. Fede Lopez with 3 aces within the game's first 5 points. 5-0 Newman leads this 4th set to start. Fede Lopez now tied with Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik for the team lead in aces, and also tied with Liana Rothier for most aces in the match, as all 3 of those players have 5 aces. I mean, what's also wild is out of those 3 players with 5 aces, only one of them is an upperclassman. Lopez and Rothier, both freshmen. So these are 2 young up-and-coming teams. I mean, Covenant Christian is going to be returning all of their starters next season. Meanwhile, Newman has 5 freshmen on their varsity roster this year. It's going to be exciting to see what these 2 programs do in the future. But it's already exciting seeing what they're doing right now. 5-0, Newman leads out of the timeout. Lopez back on serve. Serve, not received well. Another ace for Fede Lopez. Six aces on the day for Lopez, as she seems to be bringing some side spin to these serves, causing it to fly off the handle off the receiver's hands. The serve received by Adair, sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Lopez, bumped up by Romer. Long spike pointer received by Adair, set by Baird. Spike Ray could not be dug out. CCA takes their first point of the set off a spike from Julia Ray, her 5th kill of the match so far. 6-1 as Liana Rothier goes on serve for the Cougars. The serve received by Irwin, set by Romer. Spike pointer dug out by Adair, sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Irwin, set by Romer. Spike Mustafa mistimed it. That second hit dropped down faster than Mustafa was expecting. And so she just kind of got jammed up on that one. Rothier's serve taken by Irwin, bumped up by Romer. Irwin punches it over, taken by Adair, set by Baird. Spike Miller. Magdalene Miller with her 8th kill of the match. And Newman's got to be careful. They got out to a hot start, but we've seen 5-point advantages vanish in a flash for both teams so far today. Rothier's serve taken by Mustafa, bumped up by Romer. Spike pointer received by Rothier, bumped over on 2 by Baird, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Spike Rupnik, dug out by Baird, and over on 1, and Rupnik sends it off the pole. And, you know, she's rethinking sending that one back. It was probably going to go wide from Baird, but Rupnik sends it into the pole, and the point goes to CCA. Rothier's serve off the hands of Mustafa. An ace for Rothier. That's her 6th. 5 unanswered points by Covenant Christian. Brings them right back into this one as now Newman calls timeout. It's been a game of streaks back and forth. I mean, like I said, you see how These deficits vanish in an instant. Six to 5, Newman still in the lead, but a 6-point lead has turned into a 1-point lead with a snap of the fingers. Coming out of the timeout, will Newman be able to respond the way Covenant Christian did out of their timeout? Rothier's serve drops in for an ace. Tied up at 6. Very well placed serve by Liana Rothier for her 7th ace of the match. This serve taken by Lopez, but not well. Another ace. Rothier on fire with her serves. That is 8 aces in this match thus far. The serve received by Lopez very close to the net, but Romer manages to follow it up off the net. Bumped over by Mustafa, taken by Ray, sent over on 2 by Baird, and they could not follow it up. Baird with another on-2 kill. That is her 9th kill today. 8-6, the Cougars now lead. Serve mishandled. Another ace for Liana Rothier. That is 9 aces today. Excuse me. And I think they might have just called, yes, they called a receive formation error on Newman. So even though the serve went into the net, the point does go to the Cougars. That's the 2nd time this match that Newman has been called for a formation violation. Newman looking for an explanation. Rothier's serve could not be dug out. Another ace, make it 10 for Liana Rothier. The freshman having matched her ace total for the rest of the match here early in this 4th set. She's got 5 aces in this set alone. And that one into the net, and no formation violation that time as Newman takes it back, but they now trail by 4. 11 unanswered points from the Cougars. Pointer now on serve for Newman. This serve could not be followed up. That's an ace for Annabelle Pointer as the strong serving we've seen throughout the day persists. 5 aces now for Pointer. The serve received by Whitmore, set by Baird, punched into the net. Miller couldn't quite get that one over. Newman now within 2. This serve received by Ray, set by Baird. Ray the spike, dug out by Lopez, set by Romer. Long spike Pointer, received by Rothier, set by Baird. Ray again the spike, received by Lopez. Might have been going out, but Romer follows it up, and Mustafi misses wide. Just turned the wrong, turned a little too far to her right on taking that hit. CCA back on serve. Baird, received by Mustafi, bumped up by Romer, bumped over by Rupnik, received by Adair, sent down on 2, but reaching over too far was Baird, and the point goes to Newman. Trailing still by 2. Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik now on serve for the Cardinals. And her serve right into the net. Ray now on serve for the Cougars. The serve received by Pointer. Sent up by Romer and sent over by Rupnik for a kill. Mishandled slightly on the receive there as Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik collects her 4th kill of the match. That one just came in at a very tough level to receive. Mustafi's serve, taken by Rothier over on 1, received by Lopez, set by Romer, too close to the net, it's sent down. Oh, but they reached over again. Lopez with a good defensive read to be there to keep the point going if the violation had not been called, but it was called. 13-12. Mustafi's serve sails long. For some reason, the scoreboard has it as 13-13, which I don't know if they're about to correct that. An official is talking to the scorers table. I mean, yeah, okay, there it is. There it is. This is the 3rd time I've been confused by the scoreboard. On serve now is Beville. High serve taken by Rupnik, set by Romer. Spike Lopez, received by Ray, set by Baird. Silva Fernandez, the spike off the net cord for a kill. Silva Fernandez with her 1st kill of the match, and Covenant Christian goes up by 3. Beville's serve, received awkwardly by Rupnik, but chased down by Lopez, bumped over by Rupnik, received by Ray, set by Baird. Spike Rothier received off the ceiling. Romer keeps it alive, but they could not follow it up. Off the quick bounce from the ceiling. It was very hard to try and keep that one in play, and ultimately they could not. Serve received by Pointer, set by Romer. Lopez, the spike, perfect placement. Once again, Lopez puts on the topspin and drops it right in the middle of no man's land. Her 6th kill of the match. Maddie Parker into the game on serve for the Cardinals. And into the net. Newman's been having some trouble with service errors here in the 4th set, and that could be costly as we're heading into the late stages of this set. CCA up 17-13. Fiona Mole comes into the game to serve for the Cougars. And her serve goes into the net. It goes back to Newman. Ruby Romer on serve. Serve received by Beville, set by Baird. Sent over on a roll shot by Ray, chased down by Mustafi, followed up by Romer. Spike Lopez mistimed and whiffed. Silva Fernandez now going on serve for CCA. Serve received by Lopez, bumped up by Romer, and Rupnik whiffs on a spike. Back-to-back spike errors for Newman. As a timeout is called by Newman, as they definitely need to recenter themselves and adjust if they are going to get back in this 4th set. Covenant Christian leads the 4th set 19-14. If the Cougars win this set, we will go to a do-or-die 5th set, 1-15 win by 2. If Newman manages a comeback, they will win the match. But right now, if patterns hold, we will be going to a 5th set to decide it all. Covenant Christian 6 points away from winning this 4th set. Newman 5 points away from tying. Unofficial stats so far. For Covenant Christian, I have Liana Rothier with 3 kills and 10 aces. Riley Baird, 9 kills, 3 aces. Magdalene Miller, 8 kills. Julia Ray, 5 kills. Fernanda Silva Fernandez, 1 kill. Libby Beville, 3 aces. For Newman, well, anyway, Silva Fernandez back on serve out of the timeout. Serve received by Mustafi, followed up by Irwin, and bumped over by Rupnik. Received by Silva Fernandez, too close to the net, sent back down by Pointer, somehow sent back over. Received by Romer, set by Pointer. Rupnik the spike. Rupnik gets the kill. That is exactly how you want to come out of a timeout after committing back-to-back spike errors, as Rupnik collects her 5th kill of the match. Lopez going on serve for Newman. The Cardinals got off to a hot start with her on serve. This serve received roughly by Beville, but chased down by Adairson. Over, and Baird gets the bump kill. 10th kill of the match for Riley Baird. 20-15, CCA now leads Rothier on serve. Serve received by Lopez, bumped up by Romer, spike Pointer, dug out, sent over on 2 by Baird, received by Mustafi, chased down by Pointer. Irwin couldn't get it over. (21-15), the Cougars now lead. Serve received by Mustafi, chased down by Pointer, tapped over by Rupnik. Newman seemed like they were going to be dead to rights off the serve, but great chase down by Pointer and a 6th kill for Beatrice Poggy Rupnik. Pointer on serve now. Serve dug out by Whitmore, sent over on 2, pushed back by Mustafi, received by Adair, set by Baird, spike Miller. Miller drops it on the back line. 9th kill for Magdalene Miller. Makes it 22-16. The two teams trading points, but CCA has got a big enough lead where they can afford to trade points. Baird, the serve, just long. Good watch by Lopez. Rupnik on serve. Serve received awkwardly by Rothier, bumped over on 2 by Adair, received by Romer, spiked on 2 by Rupnik, received by Rothier, set by Baird. Miller, the spike, dug out by Lopez, off the net. Romer kept it alive, but not enough. (23-17), CCA 2 points away from forcing a 5th set. Serve from Ray, received by Lopez, bumped up by Romer. Mustafi sends it down the line, dug out by Baird, but could not be followed up. It's a kill for Mustafi. Abby Mustafi sends it down the line for her 6th kill of the match. Mustafi follows that up by going on serve. Her team trails by 5. Serve received by Rothier, pushed over on 2, received by Mustafi, set by Romer, spike Rupnik, taken by Ray, set by Baird. Silva Fernandez couldn't chase it down. (23-19), Covenant Christian needs just 2 more points to take the set. Newman needs 4 points to tie. Serve received by Rothier, set by Baird. Silva Fernandez spikes it, received by Rupnik, followed up by Mustafi, but Mustafi commits the double hit. That is our first double hit call of the day, and it comes at a big juncture as Covenant Christian now has set point, 24-19. Beville's serve, received by Lopez, set by Romer, bumped over by Lopez, received by Ray, set by Baird. Whitmore couldn't bump it over. Not done yet, but it is still set point for the Cougars. Newman will need 4 points just to stay alive in this set, and they'll need 4 straight points as Maddie Parker now goes on serve. Parker's serve received by Ray, sent over on 1, taken by Lopez, bumped up by Romer. Lopez mistimes the spike, and CCA takes it. We're going to a fifth set. (25-20). The Cougars take the fourth set by the exact same score with which they took the second set. It's going to be a do or die fifth set. First to 15, win by 2, winner takes all. Excitement, excitement here in the first round of the NEPSAC Class D Girls Volleyball Tournament. Newman took the first set 25-22. Covenant Christian took the second set 25-20. Newman took the third set 25-12. And then CCA took the fourth set 25-20. We'll have the fifth set, the fifth and final set of this match, coming up in a moment. All right, here we go. Fifth and final set to decide it all here in the NEPSAC first round. 2 sets all. This fifth set will be first to 15 rather than first to 25. The win by 2 condition still applies. Unofficial stats thus far for Covenant Christian. Riley Baird with 10 kills, 3 aces. Liana Rothier, 3 kills, 10 aces. Magdalene Miller, 9 kills. Julia Ray, 5 kills. Libby Baville, 3 aces. Fernanda Silva Fernandez, 1 kill. For Newman, Annabelle Pointer, 5 kills, 5 aces, 1 block. Beatrice Poggi-Rupnik, 6 kills, 5 aces. Fede Lopez, 6 kills, 6 aces. Abby Mustafi, 6 kills. Charlotte Irwin, 1 kill. Maddie Parker, 1 ace. Newman will serve first here in the fifth set. Fede Lopez setting up to serve. Here we go. Serve drops in for an ace. Great start for the Cardinals. Fede Lopez starting things off the same way she started the fourth set. That is her 7th ace of the match. The serve received by Ray. It's going to go over on 1. Received by Rupnik. Spiked on 2 by Pointer, but it sails long. A nice idea, but a little too far out in front of that hit. Tied up at 1, Liana Rothier. We know how she started out the fourth set. Let's see what she does this time. And serve into the net. So the two strongest servers we've seen so far today just leave us with a 2-1 score. No big streaks of points this time. Annabelle Pointer now takes the serve for Newman. This serve received by Whitmore, followed up by Rothier. Baird bumps it over, taken by Lopez, set by Romer. Rupnik, the spike, received by Adair, set by Baird. Spike Ray, dug out by Pointer, followed up by Romer, bumped over by Brown. Taken by Rothier, not well though. A little awkward, but I think we can give Callahan Brown her first kill of the day on that one, as it was technically one hit. 3-1, the Newman lead. Serve received by Adair, set by Baird. Spike Miller, dug out by Pointer, set by Romer, bumped over by Brown. Received by Adair, and Whitmore misjudged it. Miscommunication between Whitmore and Baird on that second hit, and Newman goes up 4-1. This serve not received well. That's an ace for Annabelle Pointer. Came in faster than they expected while dropping ever so slightly from the topspin. Pointer with her 6th ace of the day as timeout is called with Newman up 5-1. Again, we saw how well Covenant Christian responded to an early deficit in that fourth set, but a large role in that was played by the strong serving from Liana Rothier, who has already had her first turn at serves. And so it's going to be a while before they'll be able to lean on her serves again. So a potentially tough situation here for the Cougars. They trail by 4. And unlike previous sets, there's only so much time you have to come back from a deficit, as this is not first to 25, this is first to 15. Out of the timeout, Pointer on serve. Serve taken by Rothier, set by Baird. Ray, the spike, could not be dug out. Julia Ray with her 6th kill of the day makes it 5-2. Now it'll be Riley Baird on serve. Received by Mustafi, set by Romer. Mustafi pushes it over, taken by Baird, bumped over on 2 by Rothier, taken by Lopez, bumped up by Romer. Spike by Mustafi, well placed to the corner. That might have been out of the shot of the camera, but believe me, she dropped that in perfectly for her 7th kill of the day. Went for the running spike and just perfect spin on that one. Serve Rupnik, taken by Rothier, chased down by Baird, bumped over by Whitmore, taken by Pointer. Romer barely keeps it alive, and it's bumped over by Pointer. Dug out by Adair, but over on one, taken by Mustafi. Over to Romer, now up for Brown. Brown spike deflected, taken by Adair. Set by Baird. Spike Ray, sails long. Newman got very lucky that Romer was able to chase down that second hit and keep that sequence alive when miscommunication almost cost them there. They're up 7-2. Serve received by Ray, set by Baird. Miller, the spike, sails long again. Back-to-back spike errors from CCA. We saw Newman struggle with this in the fourth set, and now CCA having some problems with their spikes as the two teams now switch sides. This is also something unique to the fifth set, which is that after 10 total points are played, they switch sides. 8-2, the Newman lead. Rupnik the serve, received by Rothier. Sent over on two by Baird, received by Mustafi, and miscommunication as Brown took the quick second hit, but Romer was coming towards her to take the second hit herself, and so nobody was there for Brown's pass. 8-3 off the miscommunication. On serve is Ray. Her serve into the net. The service errors have been plaguing CCA, as twice they've had a server send their first serve into the net. Now it's Mustafi. This serve received by Ray, set by Baird. Miller, the spike, sails again. Newman has 10. They are 5 points away from the semifinals. Mustafi's serve received by Silva Fernandez over on one, taken by Brown, set by Romer. Rupnik the long spike, dug out by, I believe, Ray, taken by Brown, set by Romer. Now Lopez the spike. This one barely dug out again by Ray, but couldn't be followed up on the second hit. What a valiant effort on defense by Julia Ray. 2 diving digs, but the second one could not be followed up off the weird ricochet off the ceiling. 11-3, Newman now leads. Mustafi's serve drops on the line for an ace. The Cougars thought that one was going to fly out wide, but in fact, Mustafi collects her first ace of the day. 12-3. Serve taken by Rothier, set by Baird, pushed into the net by Miller. They've just been missing on their 3-hit sequences. Just nothing has particularly been working for CCA. So many of the elements that worked so well in previous sets. Mustafi's serve received by Ray. Bumped by Baird, and that's going to go wide. Even a rare mistake on a second hit by Baird. And now match point for the Cardinals. Abby Mustafi, the senior, serving to keep her high school career alive for one more match. The serve taken by Ray, set by Baird. Spike Miller. And Miller says we're not done. 10th kill of the day for the Covenant Christian Jr., who had so many problems on previous hits, but she keeps on swinging. Now Libby Beville checks in to take the serve for the Cougars. Serve taken by Rupnik. Bumped by Romer. Mustafi, the roll shot taken by Beville. Sent over on 2 by Baird. Could not be chased down. CCA will not give up as Riley Baird collects her 11th kill of the match. 14-5. It is still match point for Newman. Serve, received by Lopez, set by Romer. Lopez, the spike into the net. (14-6). Serve Beville, taken by Rupnik, set by Romer. Brown sends it over, dug out by Ray, set by Baird, spike Rothier. And Rothier gets the kill. 4 straight points for Covenant Christian as Rothier collects her 4th kill of the day. Still a long way to go for CCA, still match point for Newman. This serve taken by Lopez. Bumped up by Romer, long spike pointer, received by Ray, it's over on 1, taken by Brown, set by Romer, running spike Rupnik, received by Baird, over on 2 by Rothier, another kill for Rothier. And a timeout is called by Newman. The Covenant Christian Cougars have now fought off 5 consecutive match points to stay alive. They're still going to have to fight off 6 more if they want to force this into a win by 2 situation. But after struggling on just about every aspect through much of this 5th set, they have found their rhythm. And Newman, which was cruising through this 5th set, they're now finding that you still have to get that last point. No matter how much you're leading by, you still got to dig deep and get that last point. Out of the timeout, Beville back on serve. This could still be the final point of the match. Beville's serve taken by Mustafi, bumped up by Romer, bumped into the net. CCA stays alive for yet another point. They're 5 points away from tying it, but still match point for the Cardinals. Serve taken by Pointer, set by Romer, bumped over by Lopez, taken by Ray, set by Baird. Rothier sends it down, dug out by Rupnik, and it's bumped over by Lopez. Received by Ray, set by Baird. Silva Fernandez sends it into the net, and the Cardinals will advance to the semifinals. Off a tremendous dig by Beatrice Poggy Rupnik, Newman survives the point long enough for Covenant Christian to finally make a mistake. For a team that seemed like they were never going to lose their rhythm in a tremendous comeback effort. But the final score, the Newman School Cardinals 3 sets, the Covenant Christian Academy Cougars 2 sets. Final set score, 25-22, 20-25, 25-12, 20-25, 15-9. And boy, tip your cap to Covenant Christian Academy. They bounced back over and over and over again today. After losing a close first set, they didn't let that get to them, came back, won the second set. After losing the third set in a blowout, they didn't let that get to them, came back and won the fourth set to force a fifth set. They fall behind by 11 points and are facing 11 match points. And they got back 6 of them before they finally ran out of gas. Hats off to the Covenant Christian Academy Cougars for a solid season. 8-8 overall record in the regular season, lost in the quarterfinals to Cambridge School of Weston in the conference tournament. And they put up a heck of a fight here in the NEPSAC quarterfinals. And a fond final send-off to the 2 seniors on Covenant Christian's roster, Camille Fisher and Fiona Mole. And Covenant Christian has a lot to be excited for in the years to come, as they will return every single one of their starters next year. But ultimately, congratulations to the Newman School Cardinals, who will advance to the NEPSAC Class D semifinals against first-seeded Faith Christian Academy. That will take place on Saturday. I think Faith Christian is going to have the live stream for that one. I'm not sure if I was going to be available on that day anyhow, but just want to say what a pleasure it's been to have the chance to cover this team the few times that I have. You know, what a story, this Newman School Cardinals squad. Just their 3rd season after reviving the girls volleyball program. 1 season off from a winless 0-13 season last year. And now, after finishing as the Independent Girls Conference runner-up, they find themselves advancing to the semifinals of the NEPSAC Class D tournament. What an impressive turnaround for these young ladies. Final unofficial stats for the day. For Covenant Christian, Leanna Rothier with 5 kills and 10 aces. Riley Baird, 11 kills, 3 aces. Magdalene Miller, 10 kills. Julia Ray, 6 kills. Libby Beville, 3 aces. Fernanda Silva Fernandez, 1 kill. And for Newman, Annabelle Point, for Newman, Fede Lopez, 6 kills, 7 aces. Annabelle Pointer, 5 kills, 6 aces, 1 block. For Beatrice Pogirupnik, 6 kills, 5 aces. For Abby Mustafi, 7 kills, 1 ace. For Charlotte Irwin and Callahan Brown, 1 kill each. And Maddie Parker with 1 ace. And if I don't get a chance to see this team again, just want to again say thank you to the Newman School Athletics and the girls volleyball team for having the opportunity to cover these games. And hats off to the 2 seniors for Newman, Abby Mustafi and Annabelle Pointer, for the fantastic fight they've shown and the veteran leadership they've brought for this young up-and-coming program. They showed a lot of fight here today to keep their high school careers alive for at least one more game. And my hat's off to them. Again, if I don't get a chance to cover this team again, what a pleasure it's been. Hats off to the seniors, and to the rest, I hope to see you again next fall if I don't get a chance to see you again. But that's going to do it for this live stream. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. The fall season may be winding down, but winter is right around the corner, so be sure to stay tuned. Subscribing to the channel can help. If there's anything you'd like to say, you can say it in the comments section down below. You can also go down below to the description section or the bottom right corner of your screen for some more information about me. Link to my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions or requests you may have And you can follow me on Instagram, where I sometimes post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that is going to do it. Final score, Newman 3, CCA 2. Final set scores 25-22, 20-25, 25-12, 20-25, and 15-9. From Covenant Christian Academy in Peabody, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.